It's hard
What's
to pick.
replacement?
You
hard
have
to
to
pick.
start
Yeah.
making categories.
Yeah.
What's your favorite monster? What's
Yeah.
your favorite
You know what mine is?
character?
You haven't
model?
asked
Hold,
me.
hold on a second.
I did ask you.
Did
You
you?
didn't answer.
You asked him. You didn't ask me.
What are we holding on for?
There's Bobby.
I
I think our internet dropped for a second.
Uh-oh. And we're back. Max done burst out.
And we're back. All right, now you can ask me.
That was internet.
Now you can ask.
Oh, it's like it
Well,
never
you know,
happened.
you're
Now
just
you can
supposed
ask
to
me.
bleep him. You're not supposed
Yeah.
to cut him completely off.
Say.
Hey, Proctor.
Yeah.
What's your favorite model in this
Wow,
Kickstarter
thanks for
so far?
asking. What? Oh, the Lizardmen. Well, there
most
they are.
recent ones?
They're there right
Oh, there they
there.
are.
Yeah.
That's your favorite model?
No.
Screw you, man.
We're going to come back to that question.
I'm pitting all the
but
artists against each other.
Here we go with the Lizardmen,
Those are
sculpted
tremendous.
by
Look at
Gene
those.
Van Horn, and a lot of words written by Joseph Wolf.
Joseph Wolf.
Yeah.
These are the Waspinetto lizard folk.
Hey, okay, so what's your favorite one of those?
I really like the shaman.
The shaman. Everybody likes the shaman.
Yeah.
Shaman's good.
I
I like the
shaman.
clubber. I like the clubber up there.
Yeah.
I can't read what it is.
Tyrant.
Clever.
No, the,
Tyrant.
Top
no,
left?
It says clubber.
Top left?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyrant.
clever.
Actually
Look at
says
that. Boom. Just showing that picture generated money.
There you go. This
Right
is a
there.
$14 option, so if you want to
Yeah.
add it to your pledge.
Actually,
just up
what
your pledge.
generated it was when Justin just cut you off for a minute a little
Yeah.
bit ago.
Yeah.
There's a
Boom.
lag between that and when
Just
you
you
get the money.
saying cutting me off generated money too. That
And
was
we'll see these more later once we
Yeah.
get Gene on here if he wants to come on.
yeah.
Gene won't
We'll
come
talk
on.
about these. Oh, you said he won't?
You know, he's a reclusive genius.
Reclusive genius. Gene
Wasp,
Van Horn.
nettle, lizard.
And you know what? These
hey,
are already
John,
unlocked.
here's a good question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's the process in coming up with these names? I mean, I would have never looked at these
Wasp,
Lizardmen and said wasp nettle. And it's a
Wasp
good
nettle.
name. I just wonder how you arrive at that.
Well, I know Joseph Wolf. This setting, particularly where the Green Griffin is, the Green Griffin is in Barrowgate, which is in these rolling hills in the southwest of Amman, I think, is the world that Joseph and Ron have been building over many, many, many years. And this is a swamp. Wasp Nettle is a swamp.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Clarify. It's not unlocked. That's just
Okay.
It's not unlocked, yes.
No.
It unlocks at 1.79.
No, but it will here any minute because it's at 179,000.
Yeah.
So
We're
But the
not-
green
far
thing
away.
is unlocked.
Yeah.
The green
Ignore
thing
that.
is unlocked. It's just a graphic.
So we expect it to unlock soon.
Yeah.
All right. So
hopefully.
It's prep.
hey, so the
No, I was always wondering that about the names because on some of them I didn't know if you had like a dartboard.
No, that's a Ron.
Okay.
That's a Ron and Joseph thing.
hey Joseph. I mean Justin.
Black tallow is cool, and the name merch for the
Show
keeper.
them.
Yep, yep. Well, that's why they have Joseph doing the writing. That's for sure because we'd come up with something totally different, and it wouldn't be as neat.
Yeah, Black Tallow, I believe, is in the Brynewyn area of the world, in our kind of setting, I guess.
Right.
But Joseph's mind.
But there's no way you have to put
That's a
this
scary
lighthouse
place.
No.
That's a scary
in
place.
Black Tallow. And actually, the way Max designed this lighthouse,
Mm-hmm.
it reminded a lot of us of a signal tower, in which case it could be anywhere inland as well.
Yeah. I say light the fires of Gondor,
Yeah.
is what I say when I looked at it. To call for aid.
Smoother models targeted for
Did you
3D
see?
printing.
Did you watch that?
Yep,
Lord of the
yep,
Rings?
Yep.
Yes.
Of course I did.
You haven't seen the original.
I have not.
Trilogy
Of
so
Star Wars,
I can't.
yes.
I can't. I just assume the worst.
I've seen
Yeah.
I've seen Lord of the Rings many times.
Okay,
Warlord
okay.
3.0. I know I've heard
Hey,
about it.
I've been to New Zealand.
I've
Oh, really?
heard about
Yeah.
discussion
That's
about
and
Warlord 3.0.
we did a tour, and I met Hammond Peak, who was the lead sound designer.
On Lord of the
He
Rings.
did our
What the
tour
hell are you talking
in
about?
Rohan.
This has nothing to do with
Yeah,
Yes.
Kickstarter or
he's
painting.
flexing on me.
Yeah, I'm flexing.
He's
I'm
flexing.
Like, you think you know Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings?
yeah, yeah.
Freaking millennial. I didn't
1
know
p.m.
shit.
bonus
I
on
know
lock
it.
time.
Always a good time.
Yes, we did see, or I did see the latest Moon Knight. The interesting thing about
Yeah,
that
spoiler
is
alert,
we
anybody.
actually had all this Egyptian stuff way
For Bones.
before Moon Knight was even conceived as
For
a
Bones 5.
series.
Or originally
So-
drawn as a comic.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, what do you mean? No. But
No.
we did have it. It was just a very happy accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, it the same week that episode
Yeah.
aired was
It
the
was-
same day that
I
we
think that's
revealed.
a very definition of serendipity.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some people suggest, for instance, Grazieti, who's here,
Mm.
was talking about getting 5 of the lighthouses
Mm-hmm.
and putting some foam walls connecting them to make a little city.
Right. So they'd be towers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
And-
a walled city.
And
Sure.
Ron did kind of hint at or say that he imagines that the cauldron and the fire will be able to come out.
As if I have
There
anything
we
to
go.
say about it,
That's
yes,
right.
it will.
To answer the answer to your question.
Mm-hmm.
Way
Key
better.
lights or
What's your favorite
LED?
models?
Yeah,
Sure.
what my favorite?
I think we probably could figure out a way to do that. That might have to be retro-engineered from your standpoint, but it might be interesting for us to do one and then put up our instructions on how we did it.
Oh, the LEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on
We
to a
could
different
easily do
subject
that.
now. We're talking about owlbears.
You're in the wrong. You're just totally wrong. Oh, the
Okay.
owl bears. Well, of course, we need
Yes.
to talk about the owls.
Yes. Oh, is this yours?
Duh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
his.
Oh,
I was
Those
trying
are
to throw
mine.
him a bone here, and he wouldn't even see it coming.
I didn't see the owl
Yeah.
bears.
but this is your favorite? Is that
That's-
what we're going
yeah,
at?
That's my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I'm not just saying that because Jason is a co-host with me on the Crow's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I might be a little bit, but it's a fantastic piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The owlbear cubs, I know people were losing their minds over.
Yeah.
Especially the one that got added to the core set, the
The
hatchling.
little rogue hatchling.
Mhm.
Yep.
Um,
$18, and that nest is huge. The
Nest is
totem,
huge.
the totem. I don't think that photo does it justice. It is really well done. Very
Oh, thank you.
carved. Very.
Well, that is a limitation on
yeah.
these photos. That is a limitation
Yeah.
we deal with Kickstarter. We'd love to put in beautiful high-res photos, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't have the bandwidth.
Yeah. The
And-
chubs are the best per Finji.
I think my favorite thing that you guys can't really see about the owlbear totem is that some of its fingers are kind of chipped off, and like on its talon, on its feet, it's kind of broken. It just kind of gives it that old.
It's
Yeah, well,
very,
originally when we talked about it, it was a ruined idol, an idol from days gone by that you'd never know
Yeah.
it's
what
got
the
an
actual.
Inuit feel to me.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite
Kinda
design
very totem-y.
ethic ethos is Pacific coastal Indian art.
Yeah.
So I suppose there's a little bit of that in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I bet you it was fun to take the Damien standard and kind of do all those little
You know, a
swirls
funny
and things
thing.
like
I'll
that.
tell you a behind-the-scenes story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When I first started the ZBrush, I thought Damn Standard was just an inverted standard brush.
Yeah, yeah.
I never used it. I just used the reverse standard.
Uh-huh.
Then about 3 weeks ago, I started using Damn Standard after I did that.
Oh, okay.
And
Perfect.
I got a hold of Bobby and I said, why you guys never told me about this Damn Standard brush? And of course, everybody in the industry uses it
Yeah,
all
I
the
do.
time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Michael uses
Yeah,
it
constantly.
even when he's not ZBrushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
just
most
normal
basic.
painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He uses
All
it
the
for his
time.
teeth.
Yep.
Yeah. I bet you that was fun to do all those little swirls.
It
and
was.
stuff in
It
there.
was. Well, we wanted, again, it was a Celtic Maori coastal Indian. We wanted something that seemed ancient.
Did you make this shirt?
No, I ordered it.
What kind? What is it? What's the inspiration?
So I got this when we were shooting the Green Griffin video that you guys
Uh-huh.
that you guys see on the main page.
Yeah, but it's green.
But it's green.
And how
so
did it work
green
on the
screen.
screen?
So I
Yeah.
had to change, and that's why I'm not wearing it in the video.
Yeah.
So
what's the little? These little cuffs are nice.
yeah, so little things.
Yeah, you're right.
Celtic
Damn Standard
looking.
was an add-on brush.
I saw all of our other Reaper employees that are working kind of dressed up, so I went across the street and grabbed this and threw it on.
Ah.
But yeah, all of our other Reaper employees are kind of dressed up. Look like Green Griffin patrons and tavern keeps and bar keeps and
And
stuff.
what? And you were dressed as.
The hero. I'm the hero of the Green Griffin.
You need to portray yourself as how you want to be.
Yeah, I'm just kind of modern with my trucker hat. And
Yeah.
I was going to say the
things like
Reaper hats are a little anachronistic, but they
Yeah.
still fit in the whole
Yeah.
theme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
modern.
Let's see if KS7 is going to have a Norse
I really
theme.
hope it does.
Will
Yeah.
there be a long ship?
I've been asking for Norse theme for a while,
Oh, yes.
but I have no pull or sway.
No. Well, you do. You know, a Norse god.
You know, that's a good
theme
question,
and
but I
mythos.
wouldn't want to take a
Yeah.
position
Just like
on
the
that right
Egyptian.
now. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we've talked about it.
Ron said it would, so it will.
Hyenas from Chainmail. Boy, that's a long time ago.
Oh.
My favorite so we were talking about the Knolls earlier, and I
Yep.
really love
Yep.
the Knolls, especially because I was able to see the master copies like way before
Master. Yeah.
And right now, after the concept art got revealed for Max Dunbar's Beetle folk, Scarab folk,
Yeah.
I love them. I don't know. There's something about them that's very cool and very interesting.
Yeah, I
something
love
that you don't really
Yeah.
see often.
Who's
I'm,
sculpting
I'm
those?
trying to do them
My
justice. but
partner
we'll
right
see.
here,
Yeah.
he's sculpting.
And
I've got, I've got the little basic guy, and I've got the little two
Yeah, we saw
pros.
it.
We even
Yep.
did the Vitruvian. I don't know why Ron wanted a Vitruvian version, but
Yeah.
we did that anyway.
Hey, Justin, show us
So-
something cool.
Viking bugbears, that'd be cool.
Viking Bugbears.
Bone
that'd be
7 gonna be
Boom.
cosmic steampunk. Yeah, sure.
Boom.
Why not?
That's cool.
Cosmic.
Yeah.
What's
Nordic
that? That's the
steampunk.
Green Griffin.
That's what we've been using as our Green Griffin background
Yeah,
in the
that's
studio.
all you got for me.
I'd be all in on Norse gods.
We're in a Kickstarter.
Absolutely.
We're trying to push more miniatures. What can we get people excited about?
I think I saw Max Dunbar talking on Twitter. He was talking to somebody about the Scarab folks.
Yeah, those are really cool.
And he said that in his research, correct me if I'm wrong, Max, he said something about when he was doing some research on beetles and stuff that he found out that they actually have beards of some kind, things that kind of look like beards. And that's why in the concept art of some of the stuff you can see that they kind of have little tufts of like little fur that goes out to the side and things like that.
I remember sculpting the beard. Yeah.
And they're kind of little dangly things, kind of resemble beard-looking things.
What's your...
Yeah, scarabs have little beards. It's awesome.
And they're dung beetles, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole,
And I think they're going to be kind of, I think Ron mentioned kind of dwarf-sized, kind of bulky, big dwarfs.
Absolutely.
So
they're like BBs.
yeah, they're not like giant ogres and
No.
things like that.
Yeah, they're little.
My favorite is the Sand Peddler. I like models like that. I think it's very fun. Tells a story. Very good to kind of
What's the story?
stumble across. You know, they're traveling through the desert and then they stumble across this big beetle comes over the hill and things like that.
Imagine the baggage train.
Yeah.
If you had that, Bobby's ogre with the wagon.
With the wagon.
The turtle, the turtle
Drayman?
with the drayman. Just imagine you could build this tremendous
Little
fantasy
caravan.
baggage train.
Viking space elves.
Oh, Space Elves. Speaking of that, with the whole announcement that happened last week with, was it Spelljammer? I think.
I don't know.
Dragon Rider?
Yeah.
With
Or not
D&D's
Dragon Rider.
Spelljammer came out.
Okay. Dragonlance. came out.
Dragonlance. They teased the new Dragonlance stuff. I'm excited. I love Dragonlance.
All right. Need more space. Okay.
Spelljammer.
Viking space elves.
Yeah.
War mounts for scarab folks. Sure.
Oh, yeah. We also have a pack camel. You can add the camel.
Well,
in there.
here's the thing. You know, everybody
Would it
always
be a-
says, "I'd love to
with a
see
rainbow
this."
camel with
I'd love
the
to see
scarabs?
that. The way you
They
get
would
to
eat the
that is
camel.
by enough people buying it that we know there's interest in it. I mean,
Yes,
seriously,
very
that's
true.
what it is. So if you really like a model series and you want more, you need to support that model. That's not a hard sell. It's just truth.
I do know in Bones 5 we.
Oh yeah, Oswald the Overburden would be.
Yeah,
good.
that would be good with the turtles and everything.
Yeah. Hobgoblins. I like hobgoblins.
Ron mentioned that, or we noticed that a lot of people seem to enjoy in Bones 5 the kind of grouping of monsters. So Ron kind of took that a little bit more this time with the gnolls and the ragged wound orcs and all those and kind of big groups of monsters. And I think those are really good too, because generally when people buy those, you just want to use them all for a little setting, or they're in the same area.
Sure, but
and
once
stuff
you
like
get
that.
past third or fifth level in most of the games, you know, one single solitary bugbear isn't going to pose much of a challenge,
Yeah.
but a
No.
tribe certainly will.
And trying to do more classes, especially as you can see in the beetle folk, there's a ranger, there's a warrior, there's a cleric, there's a shaman. So that way you kind of have a full
Well,
range.
if you decide to maybe do it as player character,
I
Character
had a
could do
fidget
that.
spinner and I lost it. Just so you know.
Yep.
I couldn't keep track of it. It was gone.
30th anniversary dragon with Arcana.
I don't think so. Not at this moment. Maybe possibly in the future.
Yeah.
No, share it.
Do you guys know what Arcana is?
Arcana.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Augmented reality stuff.
Yeah.
I can show you a little bit of it later.
That might present
Yeah.
a few challenges.
I'm
in
old.
terms
I
of
don't know.
Licensing
Yeah,
and
I'll
all
look
that
at
stuff.
it.
It's just in. We have the new stretch goal.
Oh, really?
Boom.
Oh, because
Boom.
it's not updated on our screen, right?
Ready for this?
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, is it a joke?
No. The world.
This is a meme. It has to be.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Humpty Dumpty.
That's a great one.
Ding. Who made that?
What one guess?
Trash.
I think Bobby's
Trash. You
sculpting
could do
that.
better than that. That's
Come
not.
on,
He,
trash.
he didn't make it. He pulled it from 1920s Alice in
Sorry.
Wonderland.
Oh, okay.
Gene Van Horn, he apparently hasn't had his meds today.
15K to go.
15 to.
Look at Bobby's face.
Yeah,
no,
that one we showed.
look at Bobby's
Oh,
face a
yeah.
lot.
Bobby's face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
AR is a gimmick. It looks pretty cool to me, but
They might be making an appearance at ReaperCon and running some demos.
okay.
So if you guys want to see that, let us know.
Neat.
I'm pretty sure they will be at ReaperCon.
Yeah.
That'd
Is that
be
big guy going
interesting.
to be there? The actor guy?
I really hope so.
Yeah. With Joe.
I'll try. I'm trying my hardest.
Yeah. He's cool.
He messaged us on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, guys.
Well, there you go.
So we'll
Yeah,
see.
He's awesome.
It's a done deal.
I wish we
It's
could
on
get.
Instagram. It has to be.
I know Max Dunbar is really busy that weekend, so he's
Yeah.
not going to be able to make it this year. But he really
Well,
wishes that,
we're
or he
gonna
hopes
have
that he can make
Max
it in the future.
on the crow. On the,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He
can
on the
satiate
crows.
that
Well,
hunger.
he can't. He could come to ReaperCon.
ReaperCon
What is
would
he
be a
doing?
step down
Huh?
if he
What
was
is he
on the
doing? He
crows
can't
next
come to
week.
ReaperCon?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but
No.
he's just busy.
Oh, yeah,
he has
he's busy.
he has some life stuff. I think he's having a kid. I think they're having
well,
a kid.
congratulations.
So congratulations, Max, and we hope to see you at ReaperCon at some time.
Yeah.
Like I
It's a
say,
blast.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about
Well,
that.
I don't
and
know
then
what
you talk
information
about
is
it. That's
nice
good.
or public or
That's good.
Like that. Well, I know something.
baby
about
incoming. So he told it.
everything. And
So
I
Baby
might tell
incoming. Good
Baby
job.
incoming. Yes.
yeah,
Not really incoming though, Max.
I'm excited.
Yeah, sort of.
I think this year's ReaperCon is going to be incredible.
I mean, at the
Really?
last
Well, what is the
moment.
theme? Let's talk about ReaperCon.
The
What's the
doctor
theme
could
of
say that.
ReaperCon this
So
year?
we're going to Barrowgate. It's the city of Barrowgate, kind of like this middle of a lot of adventurers passing through, and a lot of rumors of ghosts and inhabiting the
Yes,
city
Aaron
and things like
Hartwell.
that.
you
Where's the
actually
Green
got it
Griffin in?
technically correct.
What town is the Green Griffin in?
Barrowgate.
Corporea.
Oh, that's a coincidence. Talking about happy coincidences. We did a Kickstarter, and it's set in the same setting as ReaperCon. Can you imagine
That's
that?
right. Ron is really pushing this
Yeah.
Dungeon
Synchronicity.
Dwellers.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's very great. I love it.
Hey, you know what else? At ReaperCon, for the painting competition, we have a Best Theme Award.
Oh, really?
So this year's theme will be that whole Barrowgate dungeon.
Having a baby count
kind
as a
of
miniature
vibe.
project, I'd
So
say
come
it's
up
a
with your best
maximum project.
dungeon-themed entry.
It
The
is
more
3D printing.
involved and in depth, the better.
Mhm.
And there's a special award for that.
And it can be a diorama or
Could be a
Okay,
diorama,
could
could
be.
be a painter's piece, could be
Got it.
whatever. I think diorama is probably going to have a better chance because
if it's that
we want to see a
adventuring style.
story. Yeah, we want to see an adventure in a dungeon, kind of. That's what I'm thinking.
Nice.
It might be fun.
Very good.
But if something else is cooler, we'll pick that.
And there's going to be a lot of ReaperCon stuff coming up shortly after this
Ah.
Kickstarter ends.
Classes.
We have a lot of time to catch our breath a little bit, and then we'll hit ReaperCon really hard after this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for the kind words on the Ukrainian Bard. It's still available, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know for how much longer, but they've been able to raise a lot of money with that thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
corporeal, life-sized.
Ed's been giving me updates every week. I haven't added up the total, but we are going to put a graphic up on the front page about how much we've raised so far. We're still donating money
I
and stuff.
appreciate everybody buying it and painting
Yeah.
and the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of painted models saved up that I want to show on Reaper Land.
Labor Day
I have a
weekend.
bunch of them.
Labor Day weekend.
I would like to. I
The
would like
weekend
to
before
purchase
Labor Day,
somewhere
Monday.
A painted Nightingale
Okay.
Bard, so I'm kind of in the market for one.
What was the question? I forgot.
When is ReaperCon?
September 2nd through the 5th.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
weekend of September.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Will we get the 40-page PDF, Green Griffin PDF? Most likely. I know
Yep.
that there's probably some edits that need to be made for it. That's what Joseph
Lot.
said.
Yeah.
Um,
Rhonda's got a
Yeah, proofreading.
Yeah.
Rhonda proofreading.
She
Bender.
needs to pre-roof. Yeah, she needs to proofread some dates and bones numbers on various boxes that Ron does too.
Held out till now, and now you're back for a core set. Fantastic.
Nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you for your participation.
And there's
you.
still more stuff to get unlocked that goes into the core set.
Yep.
Giant space hamster must be.
That
a
is
thing.
from Spelljammer. Yeah.
People paint these things. If Proctor can paint it, you guys can paint it.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes you just got to create a.
Yeah. Steve Skellman.
Hey, Steve. You know what? Hey, Max Dunbar, you're in chat. I want to ask, because you guys know the story about the lighthouse, and
Yes.
I'm sure everybody knows the story of the lighthouse already. I wonder why you made the character in the concept art a skeleton, a skeletal undead lighthouse keeper. And I wonder if that was a reference to Steve Skellerman.
No, they'll give him credit.
I just didn't know.
Well, maybe all the people have been looking for Cthulhu mythos
Yes.
and take a good look at that lighthouse.
Yeah. Lighthouse. Never heard of it.
Never heard of that.
Max, honestly,
I wish I was that
clever.
clever. This is
Now
good
that
happenstance,
Yeah.
serendipity.
So now that we have you here, Michael, you care to elaborate what this is for?
What?
And don't be afraid to create a total pile of dog shit.
I don't even remember when or why I said it, but I don't disagree with the statement.
I think it was an episode where you were talking about MSP entries and being confident in entering contests and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And
Well, and just taking a chance and like going, yeah, I'm just going to paint something for fun. And sometimes it turns out, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And if you're too afraid to take a chance, that's
You'll-
all. That's
you'll
what it
never
was.
get there.
You never get
That
there.
is
So
the
don't
most
be afraid
encouragement you'll get
to create
from
a
Michael
pile of dog
Proctor
shit.
right there.
Yeah.
That is the most encouraging words.
You know,
Don't be
if-
afraid to create a pile of dog shit.
A lot of contrast to this one here.
Thank you for all the
Changed.
wonderful compliments. Tell me what a great art director I am today.
You've got,
Well, you can tell
no.
who
Hey,
you can tell who works more directly
quotes.
with the public.
You got to have air quotes there.
that's one of my favorite sound bites of Ron.
Yeah.
Tell everyone they need
It's
a
quite great.
lighthouse. Yep.
Yeah. Is what
Thank you.
Do you play those sound bites on
Reaperland, yeah.
Yeah. For those that don't know about Reaperland,
Yeah.
tell us about Reaperland.
Whenever
John?
we first started doing all this Twitch shenanigan stuff, I wanted to do a community show because I thought that would be fun to gather
You're
people's
all
paint
about the
jobs.
community.
And-
Booty.
Yes, thanks, Dave. A bunch of funny like memes and things that are happening in the community, like who's doing what on Twitch and who's doing this, and I wanted to kind of aggregate that throughout the week and talk about what everybody's doing in the community. If somebody made a cool diorama or they played their game this week, I wanted to kind of talk about that, and so I thought that was a cool way to show that off, and that was my goal with it. I think.
And have you achieved that goal?
I think so for the most part.
And
We
then
play
you just
games.
drag Dave along with you?
Yeah, Dave joined because we were doing Reaperland.
Dave, you're
We wanted to do
another
something
agent
more.
of chaos.
He brings all the accounting facts. We have this little thing that because he collects money, like $10 bills from the past and things
He
like
likes
that.
to collect money, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
and we talk about facts about money history in the past, and we do this segment where I introduced him to a millennial, like words that he might not know that the kids are using these days.
Yeah, the hip kids.
Yeah, and
like
then he
you.
tells me old words, or he tries to guess what that
Yeah.
word is and what it means, like ding, for instance.
That's comedy
Or-
gold right there.
That's-
Yeah, and it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because he'll tell me a word. He goes, "Yeah, we used to say this when we were kids," and I'd be like, "I don't know what that
That's
means."
cap.
Cap? Yeah, that's cap.
That's cap. What's that mean?
You know what that means?
Tell
Okay.
me. I got a
cap.
cap on.
That's cap. Like,
Yeah.
that's bullshit. That's not right, or that's false. That's
So
cap.
you just leave out the R from crap and you make
Correct.
a word.
Yeah.
That's crap.
Yeah. So if I
Yeah.
say something like the Beetle folk are the best thing in the Kickstarter, no cap. Like
Full
it
of
means I'm
shit.
not
That's what I would
messing
say
around.
back. No, if I thought it.
Yeah,
instead
you
of
say,
saying
"That's cap."
Oh, that's cap.
Yeah.
Bobby and
cap,
Gene
dude.
sitting back and slacking.
go.
No,
They've
that
been
Beetle
working.
folk
They've
are
been
the-
working very hard.
The
though.
best.
I mean, I
Beetle
can't-
folk are going to be awesome.
Yeah, no cap.
Yeah. No cap. Is that what you say? No cap.
No cap. Yeah, it
That's-
means I'm not messing around. Like it's no.
That's dope.
Yeah. And so there you go.
Wow.
And then ding. Ding is another one. I
Ding.
guess you could say that's an old gamer term,
Ding fries are done.
essentially. But like in World of Warcraft, when you leveled up, you would be talking to your guild and you would say, "Ding, I just leveled," you know. And
Ah.
so that's where it comes from. So now whenever something cool happens or you level up or something, you say, "Ding."
Back in the
Comes
day,
from
we'd
the
say
noises
EverQuest.
of
Back in
the
the day,
early
we'd say
micro
booyah.
ones.
Booyah.
Booyah, Grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, EverQuest, Vinlail says. So it's just an old gamer thing
Ah.
that's kind of transitioned over to the
Okay.
Kickstarter.
Not wanting to over promise. Oh,
Now,
that one's
now
way
we're
too
explaining
fast.
poggers. Oh, poggers. Yeah.
Where?
You want me to go ahead and read this question off here?
Yeah, go ahead.
I get not wanting to overpromise, comma. But will you make sure on-deck unlocks are visible and updated, and the current offerings are cleanly displayed before we hit the 2-hour mark, and those 2-hour warning email notices go out to stragglers? Also, why is there no large graphic compelling the add-on? Previous campaigns had it, and I found it to be a nicer shopping checklist, and the individual images. Answer
Wow.
that question.
I will message Ron.
I was about to say, that's a Ron question.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those
100%.
really are. Hopefully, Ron will be on here and he can answer that.
He's not going to be on today, I don't think.
Yeah, we're not in. Well,
I have texted it to him. so
Michael and
he's
I
aware.
aren't in on the structure of the Kickstarter so much, so it's not a
No.
good question for us. But
Yeah. If we were.
Some people are stomping all over me. It sounded
Yeah.
Yep,
Well,
yep.
that's probably the most accurate answer you can get. Hey, Hyper Bunny 99.
Extracts and more unlocks are going to be shown on this live stream. Have that been canceled?
This isn't a
Didn't we
Bones
just show?
Kickstarter question, but
didn't
I
we
do
just
want to
show some new
address
stuff?
this. Says you entered something in our MSP Open, which is our Reaper
We don't want to
contrast
talk
at
about
ReaperCon.
painting.
Yeah, we do. And this is good. Did you read the question? You might want to read it for you, heckle it. And open entries and another open after making some improvement based on feedback. I entered the amateur level, not pro, which was supposed to be judged to lower standards. It didn't get anything, and it's the worst I've ever felt about entering something.
Well,
anywhere.
we're abandoning apparently Michael. So
Oh,
But
well,
no answer.
I think I can't speak for other competitions. I know we take pride in judging things as openly and honestly as possible. Erin Hartwell, Corporea, is on here as well. She's one of our main judges too. We really try to be open and honest and fair, and let's just say, don't enter anything else. Just come to the ReaperCon and enter here.
the add-ons aren't in the compile graphic. They wanted to keep Justin's lore blurbs attached. That's probably that seems to be have the ring of truth to
What
it
you got?
for sure.
I need a drink. Water.
You can drink here. You drink on the show.
That's true.
Yeah, heavily.
Yeah, it's always a rolling target setting up the Kickstarter stuff. You know that you have to make a decision on how to present things, and then you have that decision made, and it's very hard to change it sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, especially with how our Kickstarters are structured.
Yep.
Other Kickstarters are not really structured the way ours are,
Yep.
especially with how many things are unlocked. When you look at other Kickstarters, you see like a very few amount of unlocks and pledge unlocks. We have many. So
And there's very little in the way that you could do it that would satisfy everybody all the time.
Yeah.
So we're trying to satisfy a lot of different people with a lot of different agendas. So, and that's where you come in. And we want to make it interesting. It'd be a little boring if we tried to just make it smooth and, boring.
So just let me know when you guys. The barbecue is ready if you guys want to go eat.
You
So
want
we
us
can
to
take
leave?
a. No, I'm just letting you know.
You're
I'm just
telling
letting you know
us you want
pressure
us to
because
leave?
I need to go to the bathroom.
We're
So.
fine.
Oh, okay. You want to just cut
And
the break?
Mm-hmm.
I think
Brought
it's
to my
good
mind.
that you brought
Yeah,
that
why don't
up.
we take a little bit of a break here?
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Does my mic sound better, by the way? I thought
No, it's really
It's kind of
bad.
peaking at the top a little
Yeah.
bit.
Well, I know y'all.
It sounds like you're mumbling.
No, y'all's will peak.
Oh.
Oh.
I can adjust that, but I'm trying to see what the audience, the way it sounds for them.
Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, chat. How does Justin sound?
Yeah, does it sound any better now? You Skullman said it sounded like I was walking around my mic.
Yeah, you sound good.
Thanks,
Justin.
Max.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
better.
Better. Yeah.
All right. Yes, we have a standby graphic.
You just
Justin
leave the
keeps
camera
cutting
up.
out. Yeah, I think my mic is actually dying. I think we might have used this mic.
Yeah, it sounds like crap over here, but I thought that's the way you wanted it to sound. I thought it was some
Well,
kind
we're-
of effect you were trying to achieve.
Yeah.
We're
Kind of
muting,
ambient.
We're muting Jason now.
Yeah. And Collins has actually made an appearance.
Yeah, he's here.
Someone
saw him.
faxed me some brisket.
He's-
I don't know if it
he's
works that
always
way. I
technically
could look.
here,
I don't
but
know
is
if
he
it'll
ever
fit in
really
Ed's
here?
fax machine, but
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Collins he's here, but is he here? That's always the question.
Thanks, Bob, the other builder. Thanks for pledging. This is
yeah.
his first Kickstarter.
Oh wow.
So thank you. I hope
Yeah.
we get the lighthouse. The lighthouse it's an exciting
Well,
piece.
we should get the lighthouse. I mean, you guys are going to have a damn lighthouse, whether you get it or not.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So
Have
we're gonna
fun.
Go, we're going to go on a little break here. I have a screen for us. Just hang out, talk to each other. I'll turn the music back up. I'll change the music too, don't worry. But thank you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yep.
run away from all the voices in our heads. Set your sails and drift away from all the monsters under your bed. Set your sails. Let's run away from all the voices in our heads. Set your sails. And you let go of all the voices in your head. Set your sails and drift away from all the monsters under your bed. Set your sails. Let's run away from the voices in our head. Set your sails and drift away from all the monsters under your bed. Set your sails. This land is my home. I'm brave and I'm free. Nowhere on this earth that I'd rather be. Again, I read the news and tears fill my eyes. If he really does exist, he's on the wrong side. Gunshots like church bells all over town. Run for your life and keep your head down. I can hear them calling to me. your prayers will fade like the night, but hearts they will break and stay broken for life. Another unmarked car, pure evil inside. It was over in a flash. Please tell me you tried. Gunshots like church bells all over town. Run for your life and keep your head down. I can hear them calling to me. If this is freedom, I don't wanna be free.
In the confines of a photograph lives a child who once was me. Ooh, do you see? I still see through those eyes. Why did you choose to believe barefaced lies and let the troubles of others darken your skies? I wrote my own hymn. I and you've broken me. Used to be free, but in pain I chose to stay. Why did you choose to believe things unkind? Oh, hallelujah, heaven is in your mind. I wrote my own hymn, I sing my own hymn. It says, ooh, it's always good. I wrote my own hymn, I sing my own hymn. It says, yes, it's always good. I won't give up on you. 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 One, two. I won't give up. Don't wanna be alone. I won't give up on you, so don't give up on me. I don't wanna go on my own. I won't give up on you, so don't give up on me. I won't give up on you. One, two. I won't give up.
There you go. Hey everyone. Sorry, we just got done eating. You know, we got to eat too. Take a little break. While we were eating, there was a ding, I believe. So I rang the cowbell, as you could see. You guys didn't hear it, but you saw me. I only had one little mishap during lunch. I spilled a little bean on my shirt, but I have an extra shirt that I can change into, so we're good. Nothing in my beard. I saw people talking about it. We're all good. No, all good. Really, the only bad thing is like soup, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, this is the cowbell, unlock cowbell. So whenever we get an unlock, I'll ring it and ding it. Let me check the update. I haven't actually checked it. I just saw that we dinged. Let me make sure I'm on the right page here. Welcome back for anybody that just joined us. I saw KSBS Snow Owl was kind of doing some other stuff and just joined. No, we were on lunch break. We had Michael Proctor and Jason Wiebe right before the lunch break, and going over some of their favorite stuff in the Kickstarter and going over the most recent updates. We have 2 hours remaining. Oh, well, it's over 2 hours. So Kickstarter right here, you guys can see it says 2 hours. It doesn't actually give you a minute-by-minute countdown. So right now we're, 2 hours and 48 minutes-ish out. And so, yeah, it kind of rounds down. So when it passes the 3 hour mark, it'll just go to 2. So there you go. See if Bob and Julie want to come on. I think they should. Everybody's kind of finishing up lunch right now. You can see over here to my right, that's Gene Van Horn. He's doing some sculpting right now. And then Bob and Julie are right behind me, right here. Bob and Julie. The Rhonda's right behind me. She's painting right now. Everybody's getting their kicks. We're starting to work on a plan to take everybody across the street. I don't know when that will happen. Maybe right when the Kickstarter ends or something like that. Sometime after the Kickstarter ends, the stream ends, we'll probably open up across the street and take everybody over there and show them around, I think. Ask them, yell across the factory, Bob, Julie! Counter might need refreshed. I think Justin just did that. Yeah, he just refreshed it. So we're at 1711. In the most current update number 59, we had the Denizens unlocked. So all of the Denizens, part 2 and 3, got unlocked. Merry Christmas, Ron says. So Justin can pull that up as well if he needs to, but that is the update. The next one is 1.75. Oh, there's a Michael Proctor. I mean, not Michael Proctor. Michael.
Well, at least one of the names is right.
There's Michael. Sorry, I was confused.
You must be tired. I
I
know
was
it's
sitting
been a
next to
long day
Michael all
for
day.
you.
Hey, everyone.
Hey. Any good questions?
This is Michael
Did you
Collins.
sculpt anything for the Kickstarter? I don't know if he did.
Who did?
What? What? Why?
Oh, Bob and Julie? He's pointing at Bob and Julie. He's trying to get Bob and Julie to come on.
Well, text them.
No,
They
they're-
have a phone.
They're 2 tables behind us.
Yeah, but they're not paying attention, clearly.
Hey, Amazing Gato 123. It looks
Thanks,
like a
Trash.
festive time all around. It does. It's been
Yeah,
pretty fun.
It's actually been entertaining.
A lot
It's
of
not
food.
overly crowded, so we're not too worried about people crowding on you. But there's definitely a lot of
Yeah, Bones 5 felt kind of
close.
Yeah, close.
Very very large family. This is like a appropriate size
Mm-hmm.
family.
There's Serena. We love this Kickstarter. Thank you.
Thanks.
You, still have,
We also enjoy it.
you have a little bit over 2 hours left.
Yeah, really excited to see if we can hit this lighthouse. So
Me
go
too.
ahead and tell your friends.
By Max Dunbar.
I want that walrus really bad.
Oh, the Slaughter Walrus.
Yeah, that guy look cool.
Did you hear about how that came about?
No.
I'll tell the story of the lighthouse for anybody that's new and hasn't heard it. I'll wait for Bob and Julie to come by, because I think Julie has a funny story.
Let me get up so they got space.
Okay.
I was just killing time.
Michael's just trolling. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can just put them down in front of you. Guys, we got Bob and Julie coming on. If we don't hit the lighthouse, it really wasn't doing its job. That's pretty funny. So Justin has another camera being set up so we can look at some photos.
Are we live at the moment?
We are live.
Oh, swell.
Oh, you're fine. This is casual. Very casual party atmosphere. I have no clue. I generally don't pay attention to that. But yeah. Fun times. But yeah. Did you guys get to eat? On here? We'll kind of cycle through it.
We'll cycle through.
Okay. That's just where the camera's focusing? Got it. Where you got it? A lot of people saying they love the Hakir sculpts you guys did.
Oh, good.
And then can we turn the music off, just that somebody says? Maybe. Might be a little too loud. Love the wyverns. I can't wait for you guys to see them in person. There you go. You can see it on the camera right there.
She can get that one
But like
together.
closer. What happened to the Storm Giant Queen? Besides the armor got updated. I know that. I've seen the updated art. I don't know where she is in the Kickstarter. Well, I mean, if we get there, we get there. She might be saved for a future project.
Oh.
Oh, is he kind of like tacked on or
Yeah, he's
too many pieces?
he's broken up so it can be cast.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's perfect. I don't know what material it's going to be made out of either. Looking at it, I'm sure I could do some Bones USA, but I'm not sure.
Just
But yeah,
lay all
she's
the parts
working
on
on the
the dead
dragon.
one.
But did you guys get to eat?
Yes, we did. Thank you.
It was good.
We did. It was good.
Wyverns are nice. Yeah, they're really big. They're really nice. There you go. Oh. You go ahead. We got it. We got time. But here's some of the pieces that you guys did. I think, Bob, you did these?
Yes,
The coffin and the archway?
Yep.
Oh, look.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice. Nice and blown up.
I'll just keep this back here until we move this.
A lot of the sculptors have been talking about the hieroglyphics and all the different symbols and things like that. I know that I think the archway can go other ways, so if you want to, you can spin it around. On the other side, I think Ron said something about a skull and stuff. They're double-sided, so if you need to, you can just swap them around. Oh, I like that. They're so pretty. Man, I haven't seen a green in a while. You know?
Rub it in.
I never really get to see them.
They shake us dinosaurs off once in a while and have us bring them in.
Well, they're all shown to Ron. Ron doesn't really like to he doesn't really like to show his secrets, you know. They all sit in his office. And so I don't really get to see them until they come to Bones USA.
You need blue tack?
Yeah. So we're going to get that other wyvern tacked up. You guys having fun?
Yes.
I know that you guys got in earlier this week. About what time? Tuesday? Wednesday?
Late Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday? It's been fun. I like it when all the artists come in because you guys kind of all sit in a room and have fun. It sounds like.
Yeah.
You're always laughing and talking and stuff, so it's always a fun time.
Well, we don't all get together and see each other as much as we'd like, so it's kind of nice.
Did y'all used to get more in the past? Did y'all get together a lot more in the
Reaper
past?
used to do something called an artist conference where it was just the painters and the
Yes.
sculptors.
And that used to be open to the public.
Parts of it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like
but
certain
most
days.
of it were just us guys getting together, and we would show each other how to do things and change things over. It was nice.
Yeah, different techniques and things like that.
Oh,
Things you learned over the years.
That one's dead.
Oh. he's throwing a little hissy fit.
He's been handled a lot
he's
today.
been handled enough that
The tack is kind of losing
Yeah.
its tack.
But that's what it's here for, so people can look at it and see what...
Looks really good. Looking at it up close. It's exciting. I'll move the other one up onto the other camera soon as well.
Somebody wants to know how you feel about the lighthouse.
Oh,
Did we say
yes.
that,
I was going to talk about it. Yeah, I said I was going to talk about some stories about it.
all right, I'm leaving.
That's true.
She's done. That's it.
Ron did tell us a rather funny story about that.
Yeah, really funny story.
Adjusted for there, John.
Can they
Oh,
hear me?
yeah,
Yeah,
you
they
just
can
got to
do
talk into this.
Yeah, lean it down.
I
There
was
we
thinking
go.
lighthouse. That's where I was going to walk out. It's a lighthouse.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's like
I'm
a
not, I'm not
watchtower.
leaving yet.
Yeah.
I think Ron told the story on Thursday that when he picked you up from the airport, he was like, so we're doing a lighthouse. And he said that you tried to get out of the car.
Yeah. Stuff to do on a freeway.
It's a good time. He got you right when he cornered you, right when you were already here. That was a good one. And I've told the story many times about how it came about, and we weren't going to do a Kickstarter or a lighthouse. And Ron's been saying no, like hard no, and I agreed with him. I said I don't think it's a good idea. From a production standpoint, from a sales standpoint, it's so niche.
Yeah.
And it was very. I understand how it came about and understand why people were wanting it, but you know. Meh. And then Ron sent me a bunch of capitalized cuss words with no spaces, and they were just like all strung together. And I was like, what is he? Because this was before I saw the picture, and I had no idea what he was talking about. And then he sent me the picture right after that, and he goes, well, now we have to do it. And I was like, all right, I'm in. After I saw it, I was like, holy crap.
Some good art.
Very good. Shout out to Max Dunbar. Max was here earlier in chat. I don't know if he's still here. But shout out to Max. He's going to be coming on the Crow's Nest. He's going to be doing an interview with Proctor and Jason.
Oh, good. Yeah.
The Crow's
He's,
Nest.
I wasn't really familiar with a lot of his art,
Mhm.
just rudimentarily up to this point. He's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Ron kept telling me, I reached out to this guy and I really hope he does some art for us, and I've been talking to him and we'll see how it goes. And then he started showing me the art that Max was doing, and I was like, yeah, yes, we need more of this.
That'll be good.
And I think I have some of that art to show eventually, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that right now, and then we'll talk about the wyverns.
That was me.
I thought it was like, there's a lot of noise going on. Okay, you're good. We'll go through some of these. Oh yeah, so this is the one that we shared on Twitter, and I think Bob, you're doing this one.
I am not.
Oh.
I think Chris Lewis is doing that.
Oh, Chris.
But
Oh,
I-
okay. I didn't know that.
Bob's doing the companion piece.
I'm
The
doing
the female, the
Yeah,
queen,
the
right?
Queen, yeah.
It's all right. That's where I got my mix-up from. But yeah, this one, a lot of detail in here. Ron was talking about all the snakes. Snakes on the staff,
Count
snake
the
on the
cobra.
belt. Yeah, the cobras.
Count the cobras.
Count the cobras. This is a lot of good pose, good dynamic pose. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun. And then I think the next one, because I saw on the Kickstarter your queen had a silhouette, right?
Yes.
She's the gold silhouette on
Yes.
the Kickstarter page.
Because she's not finished.
Yes, I saw the progress. It looks really good.
Ron came in and said, I need a picture of this. It's not done. Then I need a silhouette of this. Okay.
Perfect. I mean, as long as you can get to the silhouette phase, I
Yeah.
think it's still perfect.
She'll be done next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
And then here's a little collage of some of the stuff that he did.
Yeah.
So the 30th anniversary dragon in the third slot there. The sand peddler beetle is at the very bottom.
Oh yeah.
It's part of the scarab folk. And then the top one is the Death Knight that is a part of the 30th anniversary dragon. He's the rider that is on the 30th anniversary dragon. So I like that. This reminds me of kind of what Max does with comic book art and stuff like that. So this little paneling reminded me of that. So I thought that was very cool. And then my favorite, I think, is the beetle folk. I think is next.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Those are one of my favorites. I've been telling everybody the gnolls, your gnolls, are
Gnolls
my
are
favorite.
fun.
I think they're one of my
Gnolls are
favorite
cool.
things in the Kickstarter.
The gnolls are cool.
They're so cool, especially because I saw the metal ones and I've seen them at my desk before, and I did a bunch of videos of them. I think I have a turntable video that Justin might be able to show. They were in the assets folder, but I'm not sure. But these are the scarab folk that Max did.
Those
and
are really nice.
I think Weeby is working on these. We talked about these a little bit ago.
Only Weeby can do those justice.
And very cool facts about the beards of them and things like that. So I'm excited, especially knowing that they're gonna kind of be a little dwarf-sized, kind of bulky, little round dwarfs. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's it for Max's concept art. But now you want to show off the wyverns? I'll put them up here on the little table here. Somebody else.
Show the actual lighthouse since we were talking about it.
Oh yeah, the lighthouse. Yeah, I forgot. There you go.
That's really cool.
How could I forget that? Huh?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry.
Not a problem.
Well, that's not going to be in the
We're just-
Kickstarter now.
Yeah, we're just now breaking them apart for molding. So
Wow, someone clip that.
So that's why
please.
I don't want to touch things. So
Someone clip that.
I have a funny story.
we can't have nice
I
things.
know. My gosh, John.
I'm so sorry.
This is going to be our Reaper Land next
Yeah,
week.
this is going to be a clip. I have a funny story about masters. So whenever I first became a mold maker, I was back there learning, right? And I was talking to Kevin Williams, and one of our sculptors here, and I dropped a master on the ground. And I picked it up, and I was like, oh, it's fine. It looks fine. And he goes, nope, it's ruined. And I was like, okay. And he says, don't ever do that again. So I don't think I've ever dropped a master since then, and until just now. So
Is that all it takes? Kevin telling you not, and you never drop them?
Kevin's he's a serious man.
Oh.
He's taught me everything I know about mold making. So
Good man.
There you go. So now we have a little close-up cam of these. I've been waiting to show these off because the pictures don't really, pictures are pictures, but it's nice to actually see them.
Well, when we sculpt these by hand, we have one drawback, is we don't have the digital turnarounds. So until you can actually see them,
Yeah.
you don't get the full impact.
There you go. And then I think Justin should be able to come. Oh, there you go. There you go. Man, they look so good. I think my favorite feature is the tails. I really like the
You like
tails.
the big bulky, yeah.
They use it as like a weapon. It reminds me
That's
of
what it is. It's a flail.
yeah,
kind
like a
of
club.
Club.
Like it reminds me of like
Mace.
an ankylosaurus, kind of
Yeah.
kind of an idea.
Uh-huh.
And I like that it's kind of bladed with kind of spikes.
Fun.
So they're very cool. Good posing. I like that they're different.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when you see the dragons and posing things like that, you you see a lot of like mid flap, mid like. There you go.
The nice thing about wyverns is that the wings down as the front limbs.
Yeah, they have those little claws at the tip that they use. And this goes along great with the wyvern you did for Bones 5, I think, right?
Black sting.
Black Sting, the temple dragon, I think was what it was.
These are maybe young ones.
Yeah,
that are-
little babies.
Yeah.
They're still growing, but I like that they have structures with them, fun little things as well, because it's kind of hard to do poses like this if you don't have that, because you can't just put them on a flat base. They would be kind of standing or,
Right.
Yeah. And you don't want an inappropriate stick somewhere holding them up so it looks like they're flying.
yeah, a flight stand, things like that. Always fun to do. I bet you it's really fun to do the webbing on the wings. I bet you that's really fun. From what I know about green, I know very little about green stuff, but I know you can mix the ratios, like for how much blue and how much yellow,
Yes.
to make it a little bit more floppy or cure a little bit slower.
Has slightly different properties depending on your
ratios.
ratio of the mix.
And is that what you do for like clothing and for like things that are kind of?
Yeah, we do
Glowing.
on some of it. Generally, it's all just our normal mix, but when we want something specific that the regular mix won't do, or if we're in a climate that's different than our normal studio,
Yeah,
like here, the stuff doesn't cure as well as it does
Oh.
where we live.
because you live in a drier, hotter place,
You have
right?
more humidity, so if we
Yeah.
if we start working on something, what would take us 2 hours to cure is going to take 5 here. It's really bizarre,
Yeah.
but it works that way.
In Bones USA mold making, there's different types of silicone that we use, and I use the same principle. There's blue and there's yellow, and the blue is a lot more giving, the blue is a lot more flexible
Yeah.
than the yellow, but I can mix them together
Yeah.
to make green.
Yeah.
So the green has properties of both.
Yep.
So I generally use that
Yep.
as my basis.
That's cool.
So, very nice.
Trashorama is asking a question about the green stuff in forms of a block. It's
Oh, I see.
yeah. You're using it wet, so the wyvern part is pure green, and you're working up in layers. The bases on this actually are Sculpey, the white part.
Oh, okay. And what's the decision of doing the white part in Sculpey instead of green? Just because it's so much more material?
Yeah, that's part of it.
It's also a posing issue. I didn't want to finish the bases off until the wyvern were in the right position.
And that allows you to keep messing with it
Yes.
because it doesn't cure and
Right, and then I can bake that later because I'm a bit of a stickler for getting the feet to
yeah, curve around and
Right.
fit correctly.
yes.
I'm not touching that. That's going to fall over.
Yeah, I'm not touching it either. Not anymore.
So if you look at the foot positions,
Yeah, Justin, you can get a close up. Yeah, it makes sense now that you say it that way. Oh, careful. So the claws fit perfectly, like they're actually gripping the stone instead of
Yeah.
generally they go in this location kind
Yeah.
of thing.
that's the idea anyway. There's still a little tweaking to be done. These aren't quite done.
Close. And that makes a lot of sense. That's cool. And I'm assuming you did, wire base or like wire frame. all
Yeah,
this,
there's
just like general.
There's wire in there. Then there's this wire mesh stuff that's really cool that I usually do the wings with underneath, and then just put.
Oh,
It's like putting skin on
Yeah.
afterward.
that's kind of cool. I was going to ask how do you get that, because it's kind of hard to get that webbing to connect to all of it if there's nothing there. So that's kind of cool. I've never seen that. I mean, it makes sense to me now.
You need something to push against, though. You have to have something with tin foil, even.
Yep,
Just,
that's what I was going to say. When I
inside.
see CNOT sculpt in his clay,
He's fun to watch.
he bunches all the foam, the foil up, and
Foil,
kind of
yeah.
poses it that way.
Yep.
It's
Same
a good
principle.
skeleton.
Yeah. Well, the putty and any of this stuff is, it just wants a slump. It fights against gravity all the time, so you have to make sure you have something solid that'll hold it up while it cures.
A good skeleton, as it were. That's very fun. I love it. Those are awesome. I think those are some of the highlights, I think, for the Denizens.
Thank you.
Which, speaking of that, I think Justin might have the Denizens update. It was in the last update. We can look at that here in a little bit, but it has all of the Denizens, and I think these are a highlight of the Denizens, of the big monsters and stuff like that. So Justin will be pulling that up here in a second. Hey, Max Dunbar, he's still here. What up?
Oh, is he in chat?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's the blue
yeah.
name.
Oh, okay.
Max
Thank you, Max.
_ Dunbar. Oh, a time lapse of sculpting something, Julie. That'd
That's
be fun.
something we should do. Maybe if we can get a little extra time
Yeah.
before ReaperCon, we could.
I
sit
know
down
that
and-
sometimes it takes a long time though, because you have
yeah.
to wait for it to cure and then add on and then.
About every fourth frame is a cup of coffee.
It'll go like really fast like this and then
Yeah, right.
it'll just go really quick.
That's why we work on more than one piece at a time. It's like watching grass grow if you're just working on one thing.
Yeah,
'cause
that makes total sense.
You got to set it aside and let it harden.
Okay.
Oh, that's neat.
So yeah, here's the part 1 of the Denizens. So we just hit a ding right before, well, like during lunch. We had a little bit of a break, and I believe this is fully unlocked right now. So part 2 and 3 have been unlocked for the Denizens. So we have Bobby Jackson's Norkers up here on the top left with the Norker War Boss and all that. And I believe you did the Hyena Don. Is that correct? Yes. He's kind of very muscular, very big, right? It's kind of like
He's
a
pretty
were.
good size. He's definitely a were hyena,
Hyena.
more than a
Yeah, it's big. Yeah, I think he'll go well with the gnolls.
Yeah.
Perfect with the gnolls. There is the Minotaur. The Manitar is what people are saying. The Minotaur with feet.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I like that axe.
Yeah, it's very unique. Especially for like casting wise. All those little barbed points and things like that are kind of. But the plane that it's on is really nice for casting. So I'm just worried about his horns and his hand. If there's a gap in his hand or not.
It's pretty much against his clothing.
His
there.
body. That's what I thought. And then we scroll down. The troglodytes, the rest of the troglodytes. I think there were some troglodytes in Bones 5. This is kind of a continuation to add on to those. And then the spiders and the slug. I think the slug is Jason's.
Yeah.
I believe. And then the spiders. The Daryl, one of our very own Daryl here, painted one of the spiders. You can see it in the case up front. Up here showing off all the Bone 6 stuff.
You did a good job on
Yeah.
that. That thing looks real.
It looks
It's
it looks scary.
It really does.
And we've been talking about during the Kickstarter is that when we did Arakoth, Andy Pieper did Arakoth, the big spider.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like fantastical, large, like not, I wouldn't say realistic. I would say because when you saw it, you'd be like, oh, that's comically large. But when you see these, they're kind of scary.
Yeah.
In my opinion. They look real.
They're close enough to real world to be upsetting.
And sizing as well,
Yep.
the sizes and all that stuff. And I really like the monstrous spiders. It was kind of like jumping spiders with the big forearm legs there. I love it. I'm excited to see the slug. Ron has mentioned maybe the slug might be hollow. That way you can like maybe put a miniature underneath it or something like that. But I don't know if that will happen. We'll see. But yeah. And then part 2 and part 3, as we go down here, Justin will scroll up or scroll down, and there's Graz Yeti on the top left. You guys know Graz in chat.
Yep.
He's here. He made us this cowbell.
Oh,
the
he's
Reaper
here?
Bones bell. He's here, and he made us this, which is a pizza cutter.
Nice.
With a Reaper handle underneath it, so it's
pretty
all
cool.
framed. So that's Graz, the Yeti champion, up at the top left. And then the gargoyle, which I also believe that you did.
The green is over sitting on my desk there.
Yeah. A lot of cool undead spooky stuff. So I think you guys did a lot of the Sullenhall stuff too, right?
Yes.
Which is
quite
also
a bit of
over
it.
there? A little bit of it?
There's a lot of it on the display case, and some of the greens are over there.
And I'm glad that we're doing a
Question up
Bithalion.
there for you.
There's a question.
Oh, there's a question? You do such great stuff in the undead domain. Is there anything left there you would have done that you would like to do that you haven't done?
boy. I'd have to give that some thought. I think over my career with the different companies, I've sculpted just about everything dead at one point or another, so I don't know.
Yeah. I think a good idea that somebody had. You remember the big skeleton that's in Sullen Hall? The big giant skeleton.
Yeah, the one that Weeby did? Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people would, I think, I would like to see this as well. The live version and the undead version.
It'd be fun.
You have the same pose of the same creature, but one alive, one dead. And I think that would be very cool.
That could be fun.
It's another 3-stage character.
Yeah. Kind of what you guys
Zombie
did for
and
the,
skeleton.
with the skeletal like chimera and the bone creatures.
Yeah.
The skeletal owlbear. I think those are really fun, especially.
Crows and bones. I did the necromancer for Sloan Hall.
Oh, necromancer. Yes. Mm-hmm. And you did all the gas, right? You all did.
I don't know what Ron named them, so maybe.
Yeah. I think they're gas. They're all the spirits with all the axes and things like that. Mm-hmm. The zombie giant, very fun. 4-stage giant. Giant as a baby, as a teenager.
Undead Knolls.
Undead Knolls, yeah. Twist my arm.
That
Tell
would be
Ron.
real fun.
Tell Ron,
Undead
I would love to
Knolls.
do some.
So when are you starting 7 so we can do the Undead Knolls?
I've been talking to everybody about this one because we knew internally that this one was going to be a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of scaled down the amount of models because Bones 5 was just outrageous, an enormous amount.
There was a lot in that one.
I think 606. I think was the final total, or like 614 models.
That's a lot of work.
It was a
That is
chunk.
so much. It's a lot. I think this one's a little bit under 400. I think, if I had to guess. It was a behemoth of a Kickstarter. Yes. So we knew that this one was going to be a little bit smaller. Where was I going with that?
I'm not sure, but it's been an interesting ride.
Oh, Undead Knolls, yes. And I forgot where I was going with that. I was going to ask you a question about Undead Knolls. About would they have like the ears? Ears
Well, if you see
normally
the
don't have
plastic
bones in them,
Halloween
right?
skeletons that have the dogs and the cats with the ears
Well,
on them, you could have
undead, if they're mummified, then they'd probably be a little more floppy. Than,
maybe a
yeah.
chunk bit out of them.
Because I like their ears. I like the Knolls' ears. Very kind of hyena-y,
Very
kind of
hyena.
forward.
Yep, very hyena-ish.
I like them a lot. My favorite's the shaman. The one with the wolf pelt or the pelt.
Lion
The lion pelt. It's a lion head, yeah.
And it's kind of trippy. I wonder if they do it for like war, like to confuse or something like that. Because when you look at the model, when it's like rotating on a 360, you're like, you get confused of where the head is. Like, not really, but it's.
If it were
kind of
painted,
like an
it'd be
illusion.
different. You know, when it's all one color,
Yeah.
it's a little hard to differentiate what's there. And
But I
what's
like
not.
it. It gives it a story. Kind of like maybe it's there.
It's
to
almost two-headed if
confuse.
you look at a certain angle.
Yeah, it's very cool. And I think there's multiple that have that kind of pelty head. I think there's 2, I think. I've looked at
I
them a
don't
lot.
remember.
That was a long time ago.
Those were, that was one of the first things you did. So that was a long time ago.
Oh, here we go. This is a good one, Trash. Someone asked earlier on the terrain pieces, are the inscriptions on the terrain translated into anything?
Not really.
They're just kind of made up?
Yeah, they're.
Or are they real?
They're based on actual hieroglyphs.
Got it.
Most of them.
Most of them.
Most of
There's a few ones I made up, and there's
That's fine.
actually a crow's nest hieroglyph on most of these.
Oh.
If you can find it on
Little
there.
secret.
Yeah.
Little crow's nest secret on the
I
hieroglyphics.
started out trying to do specific text, but you can't please everybody. So you can't have somebody's favorite phrase and somebody's not.
Yeah.
And you can't put things in there that if somebody figures out what they are, that they're going to tell you can't make them anymore.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of made up.
And this
Okay.
is Egyptian fantasy. It's
Yes.
not Egyptian.
Correct.
They were basically based on what groupings would go together that would be the same height and the same length.
Okay.
Because of the way the Egyptian stuff reads. It's not technically textbook Egyptian because depending on which way the glyphs face is the way you read it, right to
Okay.
left or left to right. And I only did it one direction.
Got it.
So,
That's fun.
yeah.
Did you have fun researching that?
I did. I've always liked Egypt. I've always liked glyphs and calligraphy and just weird writing. And it just worked out well.
The communication of bygone ages and
Yes.
how they used to communicate with each other and
Yep.
stuff. Telling stories with pictures. And,
Well, Julie and I are the closest to the age of the Egyptians.
Oh, gosh.
So we figured it was probably worth it.
I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of, like, I would say sculpting is doing the research.
Yes.
I know that Christine, I'll talk about this with her later if she comes on, about the storyboards and the kind of the art boards that she does. And I think watching CNOT, we mentioned him earlier. He does a lot of that stuff as well.
Well, even Jason, when he did the Ukrainian piece, he researched that thing.
Yeah,
And
I feel like that's a big fun part of
It's
it.
quite accurate in a lot of different things, and it's almost like Easter eggs. Once you know the backstory, it makes a lot of sense.
It makes things a lot more
Yeah.
fun. Like, I think that makes the lighthouse so much fun because everybody in the community was saying lighthouse, and no matter what side of the fence you were on, no lighthouse or lighthouse, you knew about it and you knew what it was going to be. But now it's kind of become a thing, which is a fun thing. So it's a little fun thing that the community's done.
Trashorama's there.
What, somebody asking a question?
No.
Bob spelled more coffee, please, in glyphs.
You know, I probably should have. I should have made a coffee cup.
Oh, a little cup.
That's what I
cup
should have made, a
with
coffee
like
cup.
steam coming out the top.
Next time, if we do more Egyptian stuff, there'll be a coffee cup.
Okay, so we're a little bit updating from chat. We're 24K from the Snake Demon. The new, whatever, it starts with a V. I gotta look it up.
Benderendra?
I have it right here.
I bet that's what it is.
Benderenda.
Yeah.
Is her name.
Oh.
Benderendra?
Benderendra, yeah. The
Benderendra.
Marilith type thing.
Yeah, the Marilith. Snake Demon. She's on a 2-inch base. This looks like it was sculpted either by Chris or Questron, judging by the art style, but I don't want to be wrong. So it's one of those two, I think.
tell you.
But yeah. 1.75 is going to be that unlock. So somebody said in chat we're about 24K away. There's still time. And the 10K backer goal is right around the corner. So we're at 9,597.
Well, that's good.
Backers.
That's good.
We've gotten a lot in the past 2 days, so keep them coming. Keep sharing it with your friends. Keep sharing it. And then we have the lizard folk as well coming up.
Those are cool.
From Gene.
Yep.
All the lizard folk. The clubber, the tyrant. We showed those off a little bit earlier. The spearman. The far striker. Those are fun.
I love the shaman.
Yeah, that's what everybody said because I asked Jason what their favorite was. Also, do you guys have a favorite model so far in this Kickstarter? I know it's hard to choose one, but I've been asking just to... What sticks out?
It's like picking a favorite
I like-
child.
Yeah.
Well,
Kinda hard.
you know, without being too much of a husband, Julie's always been my favorite sculptor.
Yeah.
But I think the one thing she did this time that all of a sudden I just became my favorite piece was the mummy cat that comes with the mummy queen.
Oh, yes, you showed me that
thing
earlier.
is so cool.
Yeah. I can't wait. You guys have seen the... wait, no, they haven't seen it. You only seen the silhouette.
It's just some silhouette, but
Not
the
done.
green's over there on our
It's so
station now.
cute.
Yeah, it's funny.
I can explain it. It's basically like a little cat that's been mummified.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It has wrappings all around it. It's so cute.
It's the mummy queen's familiar, basically.
Yeah, it's a good...
But
that'll
it's
be a good
not like a
Halloween figure.
normal mummified cat, which is all like
Oh,
this.
yes. Yeah.
It could move around. Its
Yeah.
limbs are wrapped like a mummy
Yeah.
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah, and I
would
think
be.
there's like a string, like a little thing hanging down, like from the top.
I'd have to look. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
I can't remember. But it looks really cute. It's something that I would have not have thought about. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't think about wrapping a mummy cat, you know?
Yeah.
Or familiar. It's a very fun piece. I think it's going to be a good Halloween piece.
I really like that piece.
So,
I need one about this big.
hopefully the front page will get updated with the picture of it, and maybe Ron will put an
Yeah.
update first.
I
for
should have her
close-ups.
finished next week.
Next week. Okay.
Yeah.
So
We still have to put the little mummy cat on the interlocking base.
Okay.
They're all just kind of in parts right at the
all
moment.
right. Look for an update on that if you guys want
Yeah.
a close up. They were like they want to see a close up of the mummy cat.
Somebody wanted to know if we ever do digital sculpting. I don't enjoy it as much. It's
I know you've done it before.
We've messed
We've
with
messed
it, but
with
we've
it,
never
but-
had a finished product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I like making little objects and playing with them.
Yeah, I always describe it as if you were at the top of the pyramid and you were the best and you were like at the top of everything and you've done it for your whole career, why would you want to go back down to the bottom of the pyramid? Even though with your experience you would probably start a little bit higher up on the pyramid,
I'm
obviously.
glad you think we're at the top of the pyramid now.
Oh, I think so. To me, you are.
Well, thank you.
But that's how I've always described it to people because they were like, "Are there still any traditional sculpt?" When I give tours, because I talk about the traditional and the new age, I guess, sculpting, and they always ask me about that. A lot of people ask me, "Are there any traditional sculptors left?" And I said, "Well, like 90% of people do digital sculptings now." But, and they were like, "Why haven't they transitioned?" And that's how I describe it. Is that if you're at the top of your game and like you're the best, why would you want to?
I
There's a
got
reason
into
why-
it because I want to make little things. It's the one thing that I don't like about digital, and the guys you have here, all the Reaper, they're brilliant. I mean, the stuff is better than I would probably be able to do by hand.
I won't tell him.
I would miss having an original. There is no master,
Yeah.
no physical master for digital.
Yep, it just gets printed out.
It's
And
yeah,
that's your,
every
that's
one
your
of them is
master.
like everyone else.
Yeah.
There's no degrade that you have from mold to master mold to production mold.
Yeah.
You know,
Concept to idea to
I,
master.
I like having the original.
Yeah.
There's just
I
something about
mean,
it.
there is a reason people refer to Bob and Julie as the venerable Bob and Julie.
Yeah, the venerable. That's what Justin's calling. He just says in my ear, the venerable Bob and Julie. He says.
Man.
Better than vintage.
Vintage, yeah.
The other V word.
Yeah, vintage.
I mean, vintage is still a great word, though.
Yes, we do teach classes at ReaperCon.
Yes, I remember we did y'all's the tree, the skeleton.
That was a
tree.
long time ago.
Yeah, I remember that. Was it that long ago?
It's a long time. We haven't been to
one of the first
ReaperCon
classes.
in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pandemic.
Well, pandemic, and unfortunately, we had deaths in our family right around ReaperCon,
I
so
remember
we
that.
couldn't come.
Yeah.
So,
Jason mentioned the possibility of Lighthouse coming in 4 flat pieces for Sibley. They're still in the engineering phase. Oh, she's answering somebody else.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Do you want to ask Bob and Julie why they love to watch our Twitch channel so much?
Oh
Are
yeah.
we vainglorious?
I don't know.
Justin wanted me to ask. You guys are always watching the Twitch shows, and I just
As
wanted
much
to say
as we
thank
can.
you.
We're
Yes.
lurking and listening more
While
than
you're
watching.
working.
Yeah.
We've been basically just closeted in our workroom.
Yeah.
And so
Ron's making you work overtime.
Yes, the chain scars will probably heal in a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the next one.
so we instead of
appreciate
listening to music all the time, we've
Yeah.
been listening for that.
Well, then I have to ask, how can we improve?
Oh, Justin says, how can we improve? I think you need maybe more painters, more shows, I think. That'd be
More Bob and Julie?
more Bob and Julie, he said.
Is that a threat?
I don't know if that's necessarily going to make it any better, but
It's been fun. You know, it's kind of a new thing. And with the most recent news that just came out about Twitch, they're looking at dropping the exclusivity stuff. So right now, since we're a partner, we can only stream on Twitch. We can't stream anywhere else, like YouTube or anything like that, Facebook. But if that gets dropped, we can stream on everything. So that way, you know, people that don't like Twitch, they can watch us on YouTube if you wanted to, and we might stream on our Facebook
And
page.
Facebook, yeah.
So that way, it'll be a lot more accessible. So
that's interesting.
yeah.
I like that cursed, the green room.
The green room with Bob and Julie. Oh, that's the
We
the
may
name
just
of the
have the
class.
name of
Yeah, there we go.
our class.
Of the name of
or
the show.
Our show.
The green room.
Sounds great to me.
Somebody wants us to do a show in 2023?
Yeah, the
my.
green room.
Huh.
That's what it's called. That's a great name.
Yeah, it is a good name.
Later streams for West Coasters would be cool. I know I've thrown around the idea of doing like nighttime shows, like 6 p.m. our time, which would be 4
4
California.
o'clock our time.
Yeah.
We're on mountain time.
Yeah, and I agree. Doing some later shows.
Be interesting.
I have some ideas for like some game show type stuff. Also get some more painting streamers and stuff like that too. Hyper Bunny says they've taken some of your classes at ReaperCon. They love them.
Oh, good.
You guys are awesome together.
Yeah, we're just now starting to think about what we want to teach at this.
At this next one?
Yeah.
Confirmed. Bob and Julie will be at ReaperCon.
Don't
Well,
know.
Assuming we don't have another
Yeah.
relative.
Yeah. We've been having some pretty bad luck with relatives passing away in and around ReaperCon, so if everything works out all right, we'll be there.
Someone says you could do reruns for later time zones. That's a good idea too. Justin, can you do me a favor and try to pull up the Sullen Hall expansion? I know that you guys did a bunch of stuff for that one, so I just want to talk about it.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Before, don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you still want to go talk and hang out with people at the party. I know later on we will be going across the street to show off the studio and things over there for people, I think. That's the plan.
Not that anything is in the studio to view, technically.
Yeah. But it's still fun. People still like to see it. You can see the desk and everything. We took a lot of the stuff out of the studio, like the cameras and the TVs and stuff. But we'll still be there. I know Joseph Wolf is running games up in the break room. Very fun. Okay. I'm excited. Has there been stuff that you guys have sculpted that hasn't been shown yet?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, spoiler alert. I know there is a lot of stuff that hasn't been shown yet.
We'll go get it, but Ron's probably going to see this.
They'll be saved for future things. So for anybody that doesn't know, whatever doesn't get shown in the Kickstarter, we generally save for future releases, or maybe they come out as Bones USA promos at the beginning of the month. Sometimes they kind of show up randomly, or
They
they
don't
get
go
saved.
to waste.
Yeah, sometimes you sculpt something and they sit dormant for like 2 years, 3 years.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden they show up somewhere. You're like, oh, I forgot I did that.
That happens a lot more often than you might think.
Because I think you sculpt a lot of the Hall of Fame stuff, right? For like ReaperCon.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The VIP stuff.
You can
in the
be
Hall
more
of Fame.
elaborate with
Yeah.
those, and I
Because
really
the resin,
enjoy those.
Yeah.
generally.
They're really,
Yeah,
those are fun.
They're more conversation pieces.
Yeah.
Well, a lot like the Necromancer. There's something going on more than just a figure.
They're more painter pieces.
They're little
instead of
storytelling
gaming
vignettes. It's kind of nice.
pieces. Yeah, those are very fun. And then so those come out as like a Kickstarter exclusive, kind of, a ReaperCon exclusive. Sorry.
ReaperCon.
And then they show up many years later, maybe in the Kickstarter or as a normal release.
What really makes them exclusive is their resin.
The resin.
When they get released in another medium, it's just another product.
Yeah.
But the resin is
The
special.
ReaperCon ones are very special.
Yes.
So here's the Sullen Hall.
Oh, yeah.
You did the mausoleum.
Yep.
With all the Grave Watch. That's what they're called. The little Grave Watch guys.
Grave Watch, okay.
Guarding all of the crypts. And I believe, from my knowledge, the crypt ceiling will come off.
It was made in 5 parts. The little statuary up on top, 2 walls on the side, 2 walls front and back, and then the roof is one separate piece.
And I think the roof will come off. I know that for sure. But there's no playable floor.
No. But if you want to, the parameters that Ron gave me was, if you took the roof off and looked down inside, it is a 3x4 inch surface.
3x4.
There's no lines or anything there, but if you made your own 3x4 line, it would fit over the top of that.
Got it. Yeah. And you can put it on any map, I'm sure.
Right.
And, you can
And the
just
walls are
go there.
smooth on the inside. They don't have any glyphs or writings or
Yeah.
statues.
No
like,
candelabras.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
No.
So.
Fingerprints, a couple of pen marks. Other than that, no.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it does. The roof will come off. It's much like the obsidian crypt is what I compare it to. I saw this for the first time today in person, the Whale Sworn Shrine.
Oh, yeah. It's sitting over there.
Yeah, this is very fun. I know that it's probably really fun to do spheres and orbs in green stuff.
It is. It's fun.
Those are always really fun because you can kind of polish them up to make them really smooth. I bet you that's fun.
I like doing the bone piles.
Yeah?
Those guys were fun.
You just kind of, what do you just start with like a little mesh and then just start poking and going through?
No, I just hand sculpt all the little bits.Ron just tells me roughly what size he wants. He says, do them in this size but irregular shape, so they could fit on game boards without being square edged. And then I just start building terrain and just filling it in.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do you
more
work like
freeform because you can. Oh well, I'll put something here, and then I'll put something
Well,
here.
that hole's not big enough for a rib cage, so I'll put a skull, and then you put another bone over here.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Because looking at it, I think it would be fun to go from left to right and start building it that way. But you just kind of hop around.
We just kind of pop around. We have a medical skeleton hanging up in our studio.
Oh, and you just
so
look at
we
it.
just kind of go, oh, let's see, I want one of those, and that bone looks good.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
kinda
fun. That's fun. And then the Necromancer you did. Very fun pose. That looks like a
That was a fun piece.
that looks like a ReaperCon resin piece to me.
Yes.
That's what
I
that's
think
what
that
you're
was
explaining.
probably where it would have ended up, but then we needed a little something for here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me of the old Dark Heaven bone collar. I don't know who sculpted it.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Vanish the bone
3100.
collar, that was mine, yeah.
Yeah, where she's
Yeah.
kind of rising up
Yep.
and there's a bunch of skeletons underneath her.
Yeah.
That's what that kind of reminds me of. Very much raising the skeletons. So I really like the posing in the story that it tells, going along with that ReaperCon theme. And then next we have the Wraith, the Ghost, the Spectre. Can you scroll down? The table blocks it.
And those whose name you cannot see.
Yeah, the Forsaken Spirits, that's what they're called. The Forsaken Spirits.
Yeah, those are pretty fun.
I think my favorite is the top right, if I had to pick one, the Spectre, with the gravestone on it. There's something about the shape that I really like, where it kind of gets very thin towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Like it's actually coming out. I wonder if it's pretty hard to do this kind of ghosty wisp kind of a thing, because it's kind of hard to do it as, you might think of it as cloth or something like that.
She's
but-
always done that flowy stuff from the very beginning. That's kind of your thing.
I enjoy the flow and the swirl around kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
Very powerful.
it's not that it's hard necessarily. just
that it's
trying
fun.
to get the lines visually to look cool.
Because we started out, I mean, back in the 80s, you know, I mean, there was a limit of what you could do with the sculpture. So you had to kind of develop a way of making motion without motion, and that's how that kind of
Because you were
evolved.
restrained in the mold making process, I think.
Yeah, you had to make it as dynamic as you could while making it a cracker.
Yeah, flat, you know. That's why a lot of the older Reaper models are what they call flat, I guess.
Yeah.
They're on that plane.
Yeah.
So you would see like an archer, like, you know,
Yeah.
very flat, you know, wouldn't have his bow tilted and things like that. But we can do a lot more things nowadays, so
Yeah,
that's fun.
amazing.
And then here's the part 4 and 5, or the rest of it.
Oh, nice.
I actually don't know who's sculpting the Nosferatu, the top right concept art.
I don't know. Ron mentioned that I might, but I don't know if I'm actually going to get it or not. There's a whole bunch of people want to do that.
Yeah. A lot of people call him dibs.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of so Claudia von Monstein, the first on the top left, and Caspar von Monstein are kind of re-sculpts of old Dark Heaven models, just kind of done in different poses and kind of altered a little bit. You know, it's kind of redoing some old stuff. I think the old one, the middle one, Caspar, was the old vampire that had his cape kind of flowing to the side, kind of very Dracula.
Is that the one that Werner did?
I think so.
The Judas Bloodspire
Yes.
guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Judas Bloodspire.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
just kind of a new pose
I
and
always
a new
liked that one
reimagining.
too. That was pretty neat.
So that's what Ron said. So I'm just going off of what he said.
No, he's probably right.
So that's very fun. I think it's always fun that Reaper. That's one of my favorite things that we do is we have these characters that we've done over and over again. The one that comes to mind is like Terra the Silent.
Yes.
She's like a rogue, but we've done her like multiple times.
I think Sandy did the original one of that one. Yeah, back
And then
in the day.
I think Gene maybe did one. I think, or Bobby might have been Bobby. But I like that we have these reoccurring kind of characters.
Yeah.
Like Monique. I think she's the
I think
anti-paladin.
Mercalor's been done for 4 or 5 times or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
and I think that's very fun, especially
It
because
is.
you can update them with the time and kind of they've evolved over time instead of just like, oh, remember that piece we did 15 years ago? You know, so like the wolf packs. You did the wolf packs this time around, right?
Yeah.
The wolf
Yeah.
pack. That model, the metal models of wolf packs, are some of our best-selling models.
You always need lots.
But you need
that
lots
kind
of
of thing.
Yeah.
We cast a lot of them.
Wolves, rats.
Yeah,
all that kind of
you
stuff.
need them, and those are our most popular wolves for sure. The pack of 3, and so I'm glad that we are able to redo them or an updated version of the wolves. I think that's very fun, especially the warg. You can have a
Yeah,
leader.
he's fun.
And then we keep going down here, and we see Bobby Jackson's all these knights right here: Sir Rathos, Sir Sigaris, all these undead knights with the Vorvalaka up there, the
Oh, yeah.
Vorvalaka Elder. So I like all these undead knights. Sir Rathos is very fun. A lot of people are like, why is their armor so big if they're skeletons? And it's like, well, that's what they would have been wearing if they were alive, you know?
Yes.
So that's generally why. But I really like the story of these undead noble knights that have come back from the dead. So I like that they have dented armor, so it looks like they were in battle. Very fun, tells a good story. And then the Vorvalaka. I think that'll be a good
That's
enemy
a cool
for people.
piece. Yeah.
A good enemy for people to fight.
Yeah.
Good webbing there as well, as you can see. And then we go back down. I think we're nearing the end of the Sullenhall expansion. Yeah, that is
Yep,
the end.
That's it.
With the giant skeleton.
That's pretty big.
This prompted the discussion of the undead knight, or the undead and
Undead
alive.
Giant, yeah.
Live version?
Yeah, the live version and the undead version.
Huh.
So like people would want to see what he would look like if he was alive. So what kind of giant would he be? I guess like maybe hill giant or something like that. But unsure. I like all the detail and like his little chainmail that's hanging down from his neck.
Yeah.
All that texture there is really nice.
Jason's been killing it on everything he's done
The
lately.
texture has
Yeah,
been
he's-
spot on.
Man, he's amazing.
We were talking about his hippo. I think it's Amit.
Oh yeah.
The hippo lion crocodile.
That's a fun
Yep.
piece.
You could tell all the little bumps on the hippo's like hide on his like
Yeah.
rear end and
Yeah.
things like that. His legs, very fun. So yeah, wow. We're I can't really see the totals because of the
1734. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, it's moving. That's always
1734.
good.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people in chat. I love seeing the numbers go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, bigger number, better person, as they say. I'm excited for the giant skeleton as well. I think it's
pretty
going to
good.
be very
It's a good
fun.
piece.
Hill giants aren't that sophisticated. That's true. It depends on what kind of campaign you're running. Does anybody have any questions? If not, I mean, while we take some questions, we'll do some things, and we'll take a small little break, little potty break, and then we'll get some more guests, and then come up and talk some more. We only have a few hours left, so the countdown's coming. It's getting close. I think we're gonna go make some more announcements for some RPG games and things like that. Yeah, hill giants are more typically big stick. Yeah, that's fair. What are the last things between us and the lighthouse? Don't worry, guys. The lighthouse will guide us. It'll guide our way. Don't fear. Let me check the actual map while I look. It's right down here. So, next is 1.75. It's the snake demon. And then 1.79 is the lizardman, Gene's lizardman. And then 1.84 is a question mark. Just a question mark.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. And then 1.89 is the Black Tallow Lighthouse. So 1.89 is kind of our big goal, I think. So yeah, 9,621 backers.
That's good.
We've gotten a lot of backers in the past couple of days, especially the last day. So we've gotten about 1,000 plus. So backers are the important things. John, where are the surprise reveals teased all week? Well, we showed stuff on Wednesday, we showed stuff on Thursday, we showed stuff on Friday, and then today's Saturday. So today we're just kind of riding the wave and ending it. I don't know if there's going to be any huge reveals today. We might find out soon if they're in the next update. I'll go talk to Ron and see if he has anything planned. Justin's messing with the sound, so it threw me off. Sorry. What is the 1845 stretch goal before the lighthouse? I'm not sure. I'll go double check on my potty break. I'll go check with Ron. I'll go talk to Ron and see if I have any updates for you guys on stream here. But do you guys have any questions for Bob and Julie before we take a little potty break? Bob and Julie fan club for life. Valendar said. Tell them I love their work.
Oh,
you can tell them
thank
yourself.
you. Thank you very much.
But yeah, it's been fun. I love having all the artists here. It's always really fun.
We disrupt everything.
Yeah,
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before I was doing social media stuff when I was in casting, I didn't really know the sculptors, because generally I'm just doing my work and then I go home. But as I start spending more time and stuff up here and doing extra work and doing more stuff for Reaper, then you start to get to know people, I guess.
I think Reaper's got a good bunch.
Same thing for ReaperCon as well.
Yeah.
It's like a big family reunion is what I say.
It really
It
is.
is. It is.
Dysfunctional, perhaps.
Yeah.
God, all of us have been together with Reaper since the
20
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, Reaper. This is the 30th anniversary of Reaper.
Yeah.
So
We've been around pretty much since you were the first one that they hired. As a
Outside of the
freelancer.
heritage stuff,
Yeah.
when they started doing their own pieces. Yeah.
Sandy and I came on, and that was a long time ago.
Sandra.
Yep, Sandra Garrity. It's always interesting. We were talking to one of the guests earlier today when they come up and go, my dad used to buy your figures.
Oh,
thanks.
I tell this story all the time. Me and my girlfriend go to antique malls all the time, and I look for old metal models because sometimes you'll find little figurines, and I always have to look on the bottom to make sure they're Ralpartha or Heritage or
Grenadier.
Like that. And sometimes they're just random random pewter models that I don't know where they came from.
We did a lot of work for the pewter industry, so there's a lot of our stuff floating around out there.
Yeah, I see a lot of like horses on cowboys and cowboys on horses. And
I did a lot.
Like
I worked for a small company in Phoenix that was the guys that sold all the kitschy stuff to the Grand Canyon. The miners and all that. Oh, man.
I
did
saw
a few of those.
What was the question, Justin? Can you read it back to me about it's a highlighted question about the masters in the hand. I saw it.
Yeah. Let's see here. You said it was nice to have a master original. Is there a model that a master was lost and you wish maybe there was a digital backup?
You said you like to have masters in your hand.
Yes.
Is it sometimes you wish you had a digital backup just in case? Like maybe that master gets lost or ruined or something like that? Or you can just repair it.
Well, I've never had one get lost.
We
but
had 3 disappear.
But they finally showed up 2
Okay.
years later.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Reaper pieces. We sent them to Reaper. It was right around Christmas, and they disappeared. They never showed up.
Never showed up here?
Showed up.
And it was a year and a half later, some guy was...
They were renovating a building, an old building, and they found a bunch of mail sacks somebody had stolen. And they found the package in there. And Al was here then. And I called Al and said, we got a box here for you.
Can we send it to you?
He wanted a finder's fee.
So Al brought him a case of beer.
Okay.
And they swapped it. And,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy
Yeah.
story. I've never heard that.
Yeah, and then
But in 40 years, I think those are the only pieces we've had.
had lost, but I did have one damaged. I was working on a licensed set for Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was the Forest of the Impaled. All these guys with stakes
Yeah.
in various parts of their body, and we mailed it, and the guy says we never got it, so we tracked it. So the post office found it. It had fallen off the little tram that takes the stuff to the plane.
Yeah.
And they ran over it.
Oh.
It came back as just all these just parts still in the envelope, but big tire track across the top of it.
I bet you they were all ruined, weren't they?
They were screwed. Yeah, I
smashed,
had to
yeah.
redo all of them.
Man, I can't imagine.
But at least they weren't lost.
Do you guys have a big cabinet, like at home, or a big wall with all your masters and stuff on them?
I wouldn't say a cabinet, but we have masters all over the place.
All over the place, yeah, in your studio?
Eventually we'll liquidate them, so.
Okay. That's
what are we
fun.
going to do with them? you
Yeah,
know?
I bet you that's cool,
Yeah.
though. I
Yeah.
mean, having them, all those greens and masters?
Yeah, but they don't always come back pristine. They don't come back like
Because
this.
they need to be chopped up and stuff for...
And they fall apart in
Yeah,
the
and
mold.
and yeah, sometimes the heat will,
Yeah.
delaminate certain things.
Yeah, and I know Kevin, like, does some things to make sure that they work, or he'll chop
we
them
had
up
one
and green
pewter
them and-
company that made sure you never used them again, so they pull them out with the
Oh.
pliers.
And they were doing that on
Oh.
purpose.
Oh, gosh.
It's like, you didn't need this head on this figure anyway.
No, I
So-
think Gint's really good. She handles the masters really well.
Yeah, we like it.
Did either of you ever do an undead wraith knight with a lance, mounted undead charging with a lance? Probably.
Boy, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard if you did it a long time ago, you know.
We're old. We don't
Yeah.
remember them all. There's a lot of them out there.
Put the masters in a museum. Oh, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Ron will buy them from you. Buy them all.
What's he gonna do with them?
Put them in the gallery.
We have sold some
Masters.
greens, and some of them go for pretty good money.
Yeah,
do okay.
they're originals.
Yeah. There's no production rights that come with them. We just own the sculpture themselves.
Yeah.
We don't own any of the.
Our kids don't want them.
They don't want them.
Gasp.
Yeah.
I bet you everybody in chat's like, what? Yeah. I guess, do they understand what you do?
Oh yeah, they love it.
Okay.
They like it. They're just
Yeah.
not. That's not their.
That's
thing.
not their
It's
thing.
not their focus.
Yeah, I guess that's how your parents go. You know, if
Yeah.
you're not interested in the thing that they are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can we
Somebody
be
wants
your
to
kids?
be our kids.
Can we be your
Oh,
kids?
our family just got bigger.
And will you care for us when we get old?
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more shot of the wyverns before we cut to a break.
What's that guy say? How many miniatures have you sculpted over the years?
Oh,
Oh my lord, I don't even
count. Yeah.
I don't even know. Part of the problem too is a lot of the toy companies,
stuff.
especially when we were doing GI Joes.
Mm-hmm.
You make parts, but you don't know how they're going to assemble those parts.
Yeah.
So we don't know which one is ours.
which.
And a lot of the Star Wars stuff, there's guns we did, but not the figure, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
And those guns get probably produced across multiple
Yeah,
figures and things like
it's
that.
like I have no idea.
Here's a little close-up, one last time, of the wyverns that are in the Denizens of the Dungeon expansion. Yeah, the two wyverns, the two, like, kind of, I wouldn't say baby, more kind of like a teenager,
Yeah,
couple of years
maybe,
old.
Maybe adolescents.
adolescent wyverns.
They're in the same family. I don't know.
Are they related?
Don't know.
We don't know. That's up to you to decide when you
It's
played
like
in your
lizards
game.
all look similar but different.
Yeah. Are they from the same brood? Who knows? But here you go. Here's one last little quick glance before I think we're going to take a little bit of a break. I need to go to the little boy's room and drink some water.
Same here.
Yeah. So there you go, Justin. We can come back
Alrighty.
out.
Thank you guys very much, and we will be back here shortly.
Yeah, 119 minutes to go.
Wow.
119 minutes. There we go.
There you go. Now we're down to the minutes instead of
Wow.
the days or the hours.
Hours.
Yeah.
And yes, coffee, nerdery, beer. They were some of the Kenner, or
Oh.
at that time,
Yeah.
Hasbro.
Hasbro, yeah.
All right.
We'll be
See
back.
you guys in a bit.
Are we?
dreaming that you and mine, 'cause we belong together. Well, I don't know what I can do about these dreams I have